Y'all crazy. I'm just telling you, this game comes down to this right here.
I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
He makes a lot of money doing it. And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model, and these fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
Leonard Ellerbe has allegedly revealed Floyd Mayweather may get arrested following a $402 million scam. He said that business strategies don't always succeed, acknowledging that things don't always go as planned. Ellerbe reportedly suggested Mayweather's focus is on making money from every available platform, regardless of the consequences or challenges faced along the way.
And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model, and these fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
At nearly 50, Floyd Mayweather hasn't stopped flaunting his wealth on social media. Critics argue that his constant display of affluence is why he's headed toward financial ruin. Many believe his habit of sharing every extravagant purchase and achievement on platforms only adds to his downfall, with some even predicting he'll eventually go broke.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best. Especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50, they just passing these kids through. So it's a lot of stuff to worry about. But people online seeing what Floyd did or didn't buy, I just find it weird on his end that you still feel like you got to announce every move on social media. And that's his biggest reason why he going broke and why he gonna be broke. He want to keep up with the Joneses. At some point, even, Bill Gates ain't really never lived that lifestyle with Steve. At some point, they scale it back. They had their fun. They probably bought the dream car, dream house, dream bitch. They had the fun, but they realized, okay, let me scale it back. At some point, you can't live your 40s and 50s like you 20 and 19. You can't live like that. It's okay. I don't really need a house in Cali or...
Mayweather's $402 million investment in buying buildings hasn't gone as planned. Business Insider reported that Floyd is not the sole owner of these properties, contrary to his claims. The real owners of the buildings remain the same, and Floyd's business strategy has failed to produce the promised returns, highlighting a misstep in his otherwise lavish lifestyle.
Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
As a longtime associate of Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe has witnessed firsthand how Floyd operates within the business world. Ellerbe, a key figure in Floyd's promotions, has seen Floyd's tactics, especially when it comes to handling money. One major issue arose when Floyd allegedly didn't pay Gervonta Tank Davis what he earned. This has led to growing concerns about Floyd's financial ethics.
Floyd that basically gave him $1 million, came out to Vegas, and they had a whole backstory to that. And I'm pretty sure Leonard was around seeing all that. And what you're saying doesn't sound far-fetched. And I'm not agreeing with you just to agree with you, but like the champ may be hurt just because like you a human being, you could whoop ass, but you're still a human being, right? Mm-hmm. You may be hurt that you missed a moment. I've also seen guys where, they moment passed and you try to hold on to things and that becomes an element of it. But then also it's just not a Leonard Ellerbe thing. There's a lot of people who may be in position around a Floyd Mayweather, but whatever deal they agreed to at the time didn't allow them to get all the money that they probably could have earned, right? And so he probably sees the infrastructure that Tank doesn't have in the relationship, and he's not saying, hey man, it ain't fuck you, champ.
After witnessing Floyd's actions over time, Leonard Ellerbe made the decision to step down as CEO of Mayweather Promotions. His departure highlights growing dissatisfaction within Floyd's inner circle, particularly regarding how Floyd managed his business and treated those close to him, including not compensating them properly for their contributions.
Welcome to In This Corner.
Breaking news, Leonard Ellerbe has stepped down as CEO from Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather acknowledges Leonard Ellerbe, but also says that they will now be joining forces with Richard Schaefer. Why do you think Leonard Ellerbe stepped down? Is it really the end for Mayweather Promotions? As many people say, lots of their fighters have now walked away from the promotional company. Chime in, tell me what you think.
Leonard's departure from Mayweather Promotions wasn't an isolated incident. Gervonta Davis also left, raising suspicion about Floyd's management style. Floyd, however, downplayed the situation, claiming he made Tank a millionaire and that if Tank chose to leave, it was his decision. Floyd's public dismissiveness only fueled speculation about the real reasons behind these departures.
Gervonta Davis, but I seen recently that he's actually looking to leave. So how does that relationship work? How does that work as far as, grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences?
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful. And it's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss, more power to him.
Floyd Mayweather is notorious for showcasing his wealth, spending lavishly on everything from cars to clothes. His extravagant lifestyle is constantly on display, with the boxer proud to flaunt his riches on social media. However, this spending spree has led many to question whether his flaunting of wealth is sustainable in the long run, especially when tied to his controversial business practices.
We got options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
Recently, Logan Paul threatened Floyd with legal action over unpaid millions, promising to see Floyd in court. Logan's comments were pointed, claiming that Floyd's lack of payment would eventually lead him to prison. This public dispute further paints a picture of Floyd's alleged financial irresponsibility and his tendency to disregard contractual obligations.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
This isn't the first time Floyd Mayweather has found himself in legal trouble. He's had a complicated relationship with the law, having spent time in jail before. Despite all his wealth, Floyd has often spoken about how he lacks freedom, highlighting the price of his fame and fortune. His past interactions with the justice system seem to suggest a pattern of legal woes tied to his financial decisions.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up
bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
Rapper 50 Cent also shared his side of the story, recalling when he took over Mayweather Promotions while Floyd was in jail. However, when Floyd was released, he allegedly forgot what 50 had done for him, not paying him back the millions he had invested.
Pain that goes on where, you know, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he,
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Floyd's response to 50 was that he never asked him to step in, reinforcing a narrative of Floyd's disregard for loyalty and business commitments. Floyd's history is littered with scandals, particularly concerning financial matters. One notable incident involved him allegedly scamming people or failing to pay taxes on earnings. There was even an incident where he was reportedly held hostage in Dubai for failing to pay for luxurious jewelry. These actions have only added to the growing skepticism about his business practices and personal integrity.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Public perception of Floyd's financial practices continues to be tainted by his past actions. Despite his claims of being a successful businessman, many see him as someone who prioritizes short-term gains over long-term stability. His financial moves, especially those involving friends, partners, and fans, suggest that Mayweather's wealth may be more about spectacle than solid financial strategy.
50, aka Ferrari F50. So 50's obviously going to take any chance that he can to troll Floyd Mayweather. And I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 said it was true and then removed it off his Instagram like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then remove it. But luckily for me, I know that he does that, so I screenshot everything that he posts. Just because, you know, he'll remove it and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for like podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have it on my phone. That way if it's removed, you know, it's like, hey, you know, he did post this. So what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that has allowed him to get in some digs of his own.
When asked about Floyd's alleged hostage situation in Dubai, Leonard Ellerbe chose to remain silent. This decision not to comment has sparked further curiosity about the dynamics within Floyd's inner circle. It's unclear whether Ellerbe's silence is a sign of loyalty or an acknowledgement of a deeper truth about Floyd's business dealings.
In my opinion, Tank is the best fighter in the entire world. And another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top dog.
Just out of curiosity, bro, he said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one of you guys.
Floyd Mayweather didn't just spend recklessly, he allegedly made money through dubious promotions and scams. He's been accused of taking money from fans for events or merchandise that never materialized. A TikTok expose revealed how Mayweather's brand was built on hype rather than substance. with many of his promotions failing to deliver on promises, leaving fans disillusioned.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess
It's about
what?
to drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
There's more
we're not
scamming to be
yet,
done.
And it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he did.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
Another example of Floyd's questionable business practices is his involvement in promoting cryptocurrency schemes. Despite his massive wealth, Floyd allegedly engaged in fake crypto promotions, taking millions in exchange for endorsing projects that ultimately fizzled out. This pattern of behavior highlights Floyd's obsession with cashing in on every opportunity, regardless of its legitimacy or the potential fallout. Floyd's financial empire often appears to be an illusion. While his social media presence portrays him as an unbeatable financial success, the truth may be far different. Scams, failed investments, and unfulfilled promises have chipped away at the image he's worked so hard to build. Behind the lavish spending and flaunting of riches lies a much darker financial reality.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra card. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like what
we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he just does it.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next time.